Hi, welcome to the channel. It's a new channel, and we're going to be exploring specialty LED bulbs, ones that you might have a hard time finding reviews or semi-teardowns on. Not just regular LED bulbs, but specialty ones, among other specialty electronic items. So we're just a new channel and getting started. We've got a little helper over here on the desk. That's a toy poodle teacup, actually, I think. 4 pounds. She's itching herself profusely there. So you may see her from time to time in the videos. Hopefully she won't get in the way too much. At any rate, today we're looking at a 4,000 lumen Feit bulb. Feit's the manufacturer. They make a lot of custom specialty bulbs that no other manufacturer makes. They have a very good line of all kinds of neat ones, along with your standard consumer grade inexpensive LED bulbs. This particular one is a high output. It's 38 watts, 5000 K color temperature, 4000 lumen. They do make one that's looks almost identical to this. I believe it's either 8 or 10,000 lumens. It's just scaled up even larger. But we've got in our hands here the 4,000 lumen version. Okay, and we also have, give you a shot of this too. This is right off the website. It's a PDF from the manufacturer, giving some more information on the bulb. Zoom in a little bit here so you can see pretty much the same thing that was on the bulb. Let's see, equivalent 300 watt equivalent for incandescent, 5000 K we mentioned. Lumen efficiency is 105 lumens per watt. 4,000 total, beam angle, and so forth. 35,000 hour lifespan. There's some basics on it there, and it from Feit Electric. Okay, let's take a look at the bulb itself. Got to plug it in and show you, even though it's going to overload things, but give you some idea. Unfortunately, this bulb is a little bit of a nightmare to take apart, so we're not going to be completely tearing it down. We normally would. This one, if we take this center pin out, it relieves the center wire, but the only way to really get this completely exposed here is to unsolder all of the connections for these LEDs that go down the side, and it's kind of a pain. And this is a bulb that I use, so all it would do is just expose this top board a little better, but it's your standard garden variety power supply board that you'd find in an LED bulb, just beefed up a little bit for the extra wattage. So normally we'd look into that. So what you see here on the end is you've got 13 cool white surface mount, like you might find in a regular bulb, and that would be it. Then you'd have your frosted dome and so forth, diffuser. You get that on the downfire, and then on the side you have 4 of these strips, which are also 13 LEDs, and there's 4 of those side firing. So it gives you a good coverage to the sides very well, plus you're down. Let's plug it in and just show you when it lights up what it looks like. Overloading, of course, naturally. There you go. Non-dimmable. And doesn't have much of a flicker, I can tell you that. It's got some good capacitors inside to cut down on the flicker, which is nice. You can see it tends to stay on a little while there until the caps that I mentioned discharge, internal. And as I mentioned before, LEDs are blue, and then they put the yellow phosphorescent tint over them to make it into a white. The more say less orange or more yellow pale tinting like this one is going to give you a bluer light. They call it cool white, say up in the 4,000 and 5,000 K range. When you look at these LEDs and you get used to them after a while, you could tell when they're more of a deeper orange phosphorescent coating on there, then you just know that it's going to be a warm white, more in the 3,000, 2,500, 2,700 K range. And these have more of a yellowish appearance. Thus, you'll have a little bit more of a bluer light because there's less. You don't get something for nothing when you take a blue LED and you tint it. You're going to reduce the lumens. So back in when these first came out, they were mainly cool white because it seemed like you can get more. You get more lumens out of an LED if you don't have to tint it and turn it more warm with a darker coating on there. Of course, the light is going to be a little more bluish, but I personally prefer warm white just about always. We're going to take a look at some bulbs. Philips has a nice bulb that has two sets of LEDs that I mentioned in there. It's got a set of warm whites, it's got a set of cool whites, and by flicking your light switch, you can turn either one on or off. So you have the best of both worlds in one bulb, and it's not a very pricey bulb, so that's kind of nice. So really, that's about it for this bulb. Super bright. If you need a nice bright bulb like in a garage, or I use this in a shed, for example, it's got very good coverage to the sides and down. This is a good bulb. And we're gonna be looking at future videos that are coming up. We're gonna be looking at some neat specialty items. Here's one item that we're going to look at. It's called Zing, and this is a really neat. We're going to totally tear this down internally and look at it. Look at all the boards internally. Just a little teaser. This one has lithium-ion backup, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, PIR sensor. I've got some tape over it there. Temperature sensor internal, RGB, warm white, LED package, app operated, does a ton of stuff. We'll look at this in depth. We're also going to look at, this looks just like a regular consumer bulb, which it is, but it's got something kind of secret on the top there. This is a one of a kind bulb. I haven't seen another bulb that does anything like this bulb can do. And the hint is this up here. It's not a camera, but we'll also tear this bulb down and look at it in depth, what it can do. Really neat bulb, one of my favorites. We're also going to look at this. This is also a Feit bulb. Plug it in real quick and show you what it does. I'm sure you've seen these around. It's your simulated flame type bulb. We're going to also tear this down and look at it. And this is the effect that it has. One of the better flame type bulbs. It also has a little ball bearing orientation sensor inside. You can see that the flame is brighter on the bottom as it goes up. If you turn the bulb this way, it will invert. Get a little more cord here. Yeah, let's see. It's hard to tell on camera. But yeah, there it goes. Yeah, it inverted. And we're going to look at inside and see how this works and what they had to do to make it look the way it does. This is the inside of it, actually. A lot of LEDs. I think they're around 1500 K color temperature. That's kind of how they simulate that effect. And you can see the orientation sensor there, it flipped. So we'll pull this apart and explore that. So we're going to be looking at some neat bulbs coming up. Here's one more same type of bulb, but a miniature version. Has the small nightlight type base on it. Here's an adapter so it fits into this particular blade adapter and works similarly. We'll tear that down and see how it works. I think this has, I'm not sure if this has orientation. Does it? Looks like it. Yeah, top is, yeah. I don't hear the ball in there, but it's probably got some other orientation sensor. So appreciate you tuning in and watching. We're a new channel, so we appreciate if you like what you see so far. You know, click on the subscribe and bell and all that stuff. You know what to do. And we'll try to keep coming up with interesting items to keep your interest. Appreciate it, and thanks for watching.